LPT Request. What is your trick to help with general nausea and/or motion sickness? I know a lot of people have tricks they may have been taught in their life that I haven't tried or heard of. I deal with nausea on a regular basis and it's debilitating. I've tried so many things from bracelets to patches to oils. Any suggestions help? Less drowsy Dramamine is what works for me and it decongests my sinuses. For motion sickness, eating right before traveling helps me. Anything from an apple to a full meal. Just having food in my stomach keeps me from getting sick. If it's a long trip, then I bring nuts, grapes to eat along the way or plan to get food at certain points to make sure stomach isn't empty for long. Do not read while traveling. Not your phone, books or magazines. If in a car, be the driver or at least in the front seat and look straight ahead at the road. If I suddenly turn up nauseous, the ginger candies usually help calm things down. Wear a single earplug. This works amazingly well. I deal with nausea on a regular basis. That's not normal. You should get your vestibular system checked. I had a friend that used to suffer from constant vertigo nausea. They went to numerous doctors, most of which dismissed their problem until they found one that took them seriously. Required a surgery to fix. But now they're fine. I like to smell peppermint essential oil or chew peppermint gum even. I sometimes spray peppermint oil on my pillow. Standing up super straight or laying flat on my back on the ground and deep breathing often also helps me. Weird trick, but it works. I have chronic nausea and this gets rid of the worst of it. Get some rubbing alcohol swabs like you would use for blood test or something. You can find them easily at any pharmacy. Tear open the top of a packet. Don't remove the swab but sniff the swab until the smell goes away. This takes about a minute or two. It will cut the nausea by quite a bit and is safe for anyone. No drug interactions. Debilitating nausea that your medical team knows about and they've ruled out fixing the root cause? Zofran. Natural remedies don't come close. I spent 7 months on it while pregnant. Ginger tea, or they make these ginger candies that are great. I get really sick on airplanes. So last time I juiced some ginger root and added a bit of water and it helped tremendously. I hope you feel better. Dramamine, an OTC medication to treat motion sickness nausea. Ask your doctor for a prescription for Zofran. The only thing that helped me with morning sickness. The price you have to pay is constipation though. There are newish studies regarding strong scents, specifically isopropyl alcohol, reducing nausea in some people just as well as Zofran, a prescription antiemetic. Open up an alcohol prep pad. Pharmacies have boxes of high quantities of them for relatively cheap. And give it a few sniffs. It's probably not as likely to help if your nausea is secondary to vertigo motion sickness, and it sounds unusual, but it's worth a shot. I'm assuming you've tried motion sickness medication like Dramamine. You could try Benadryl if that was unsuccessful. It works similarly. Mince gum. The chewing and focusing on the flavor normally distracts me from the nausea. Otherwise, Zofran is a lifesaver. My gastroenterologist recommended that I simply take non-drowsy Dramamine every day. Peppermint. If I'm at home, a cup of peppermint tea will usually knock it right out. If I'm out of the house or in the car, I always have a container of mints with me to suck on. For some reason, chewing gum just makes it worse. IDK. Smile as big as you can. Might not be the best cure for chronic nausea, but it will curb nausea. Mike Rowe learned that on an episode of Dirty Jobs. I've tried it myself. Can confirm it works. Something about the muscles that engage when you force a big smile curbs the nausea reflex. My mom has horrible nausea from chemo and swears by smelling the alcohol pads we keep for her. Insulin shots. And we keep ginger candies Walmart stocked. That is on top of the 8-hour nausea pill, 4-hour nausea pill, and sometimes suppositories. I want to add, if you partake of marijuana, there is something called cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, which basically means you are vomiting because of pot and need to stop partaking of all marijuana products. One sign of this is that symptoms lessen when you take a very hot shower. It started showing up in patients more frequently when pot became legal in certain states. Zofran works great, but they gave to me for chemo treatment. Not sure if it's good to take it long term. Smoking weed is good too. I also suffer from nausea regularly. I find the ginger chews really help, but also I keep a box of Altoids handy because the strong mint helps quell nausea as well. I just need to chew about 10-12 for relief. I buy the ginger chews in a big bag through Amazon. Just get a prescription for scopolamine. Ginger candies gum help me with motion sickness. If I'm in a smaller space, e.g. car with people I know, I keep a rollerball of peppermint essential oil and will sniff it a few times. Generally try not to use it in large public spaces since others can be sensitive to scents. Deep breathing and cold air also help alleviate the nausea. Peppermint essential oil helps me with light nausea. Ginger doesn't help me. For motion sickness, watching the horizon and mentally preparing for the motion can be helpful. Nausine chewable tablets. Just today I saw a post about motion sickness glasses without lenses that create a fake horizon line to trick your brain. $7.99 on Amazon. Buy a bag of crystallized or candied ginger. For driving, intermittent snacks help a lot. On boats and airplanes I need gravel, but the ginger one works pretty well and doesn't make me tired. I hope you're looking into the root causes of your nausea. Heart, candied ginger, peppermint tea, and indica oil marijuana gummies all help me. Ada, if I'm somewhere where being nauseous isn't an option or I need to make it home. Making myself cold helps beat it back. Ice pack on the back of the neck. Air conditioning on high. Whatever's handy. If you're a passenger in a car, pick a point on the horizon and focus your eyes on it. You will probably have to turn your head and eventually pick a new point as the scenery changes. It's something about reorienting your spatial awareness. IIRC. Toasted bread. This always works for me. I eat 2 slices of toasted bread toasted with butter before starting my journey. Whatever liquid is present in my stomach gets soaked by the bread. Hence I don't feel like vomiting. Do try it. Couple drops of pure lemon on the tongue. Previous chemo patient here. For a sudden onset, pinching your earlobe or your philtrum, the little groove on your top lip right under your nose will make it go away. Some little lizard part of your brain is directly connected to them. Also will stop a sneeze. I know it's weird. Bodies are weird. Xanax helped me. Just a little bit is needed. For $50 in Mexico you can get a lifetime supply if you fly under 12 times a year like me. I only take them when I go to the dentist or flying, but yeah, they help. Cannabis indica. Have to smoke it, not edibles. It's the only thing that works for me. Finally, a sub that understands my constant struggle with car rides and roller coasters. My motion sickness is pretty severe and is accompanied with sopite, which is getting incredibly drowsy along with feeling super ill. The only thing that helps my motion sickness is making myself go to sleep and avoiding anything that will trigger it. Patches, bracklets, Zofran. Nothing helps.